1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Mustard, mayonnaise, turkey bacon too. That's the way we sandwich.
Welcome back to
Your favorite sandwich.
We've decided on a name finally.
and you've just I was gonna go somewhere with that.
You were
but
going
I
to say
forgot.
you just wet yourself, but they don't want to be embarrassed, so don't say that.
You just wet yourself. I was formerly a hypnotist in my youth.
I'm getting somebody with the name
You're
starts with
thinking
an R.
you're thinking psychic. I was a hypnotist.
No, same difference.
Yeah. Hypnotist, psychic. It's all abracadabra, alakazam to me.
They all mentally
Pokemon.
you.
It's like my ex-wife.
Oh, please take her.
No respect.
My ex-wife mentally me. Hey, jeez. No kidding.
Wait, tell you, my ex-wife mentally, hey. It's so hot. Let me take this off.
Yeah, it's Mac from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Wait, let me slick my hair back real quick. I think he also wore this when he was fat, so I need to. Don't touch the poop stalks.
The poop stalks. Don't tell the guy who wrote "Everybody Poops About This." He'll go crazy. He'll have
You're telling me plants are pooping now? Those turds are bigger than ours.
He'll have a fucking business by the end of the day.
Yeah, the sequel to Everybody Poops, Plants Poop Too.
So how's the past week been for Joe? What are we looking at?
Why don't you ask him?
I would, but I don't really care. I just kind of. How's the week been for Joe?
Pretty good. You mean Biden, right?
Yeah, Biden.
I'm sure it's been great for him.
Yeah,
It's,
he's been pretty quiet lately.
He's coming to the end of that long white line.
It's bad when every presidential candidate we have is like running at the end of their
Yeah.
line.
Yeah, I don't think that we should have any more presidents where it's like, hope they make it to the end of their term.
Yeah.
Not just like mentally where it's like, oh man, it must be stressful. I hope he makes it to the end and not have a nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, hope he lives long enough.
I hope he doesn't accidentally say some classified shit on air.
They'll make sure of that. God.
You guys are talking about that alien spotted out in New Mexico, right?
What?
If you didn't vote for me, you were not an alien.
The little alien we caught out in New Mexico. They've been working on it in
Yeah, little guy.
51, Area 51.
Got big eyes.
Big eyes.
Like saucer eyes.
Guys, we dissected him. We took out his gallbladder.
He's got
and we
hairy
used
legs.
Used it for a nice liver pate.
Jill made me a pate out of the alien.
Pesky Joe. Talking about aliens. What does he know? We were like, I forget what I seen yesterday, which, like, not to get too political on the podcast, but it was a clip of Donald Trump getting interviewed, and the guy was like, so you don't want to, like, admit that the thing about the eating dogs and cats was not true. And he's like, I don't know if it's untrue. I don't know. I read it somewhere or something. And I was like, dude. And then he said something about they're eating the something else as well.
Children. They're
Yeah,
eating children.
At that point, it's like you realize it's just Donald Trump is an 80-year-old man who figured out how to use Twitter at its bare minimum. And is just reading tweets from people on Twitter and then taking them to, like, very important presidential campaigns and then blabbing shit about this on to, like, people. Like, it's the equivalent of my grandmother sending messages to everybody in our county somehow without knowing them on Facebook. It's the same effect, but executed differently.
Yeah. Was she ever president of the United States? I can't remember.
She could be. She's younger than Donald Trump.
That's wild. Grandma, you should run.
Yeah.
You should consider running.
I don't think, and no offense to my lovely grandparents, but I don't think either of them would be fit to run for presidential office.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant just run.
I mean, I'd give her a mile,
A mile? I can't run a mile.
Well, I'll give her a mile to try.
I could run a mile. I was joking.
Not after you got on these poop stocks.
My name is Joe, and I'm addicted to poop stalks.
Joe has been addicted to poop stalks for 12 years.
Have you seen those commercials where it's the guy where he's like, I was addicted to crack cocaine?
Yeah. I was addicted to poop stalks. They've taken over my life.
It cuts to like a montage of just like pulling the poop part of the poop stalk off.
Hell, before the poop stalks, everything was normal.
I had a good job.
Had a good job.
Wife, kids. He's putting a poop stalk on a hot dog bun.
Yeah. And poop stalk took my teeth. I was about 12 years old when that happened. I've been eating a poop stalk for about 5 years before that, and hell, I heard about it, but I didn't pay no mind. I thought these people was just crazy.
Dropped out of middle school.
Started eating poop stalk every day. About 6:30 a.m. I'd wake up and get me a brand new poop stalk, bring it in.
Miss Jackson tried to help me. She did. I started talking like Forrest Gump. Miss Jackson tried to help me.
Miss Jackson tried to help me, but that's an old lady I live with, and she was telling me to get off the poop stalks, but I didn't listen.
Mama said life's like a field of poop stalks.
Like a field of
You
poop
never know
stalks.
what you're gonna get.
What are you gonna get? A field of poop stalks.
Hey there, doggy.
A wet doggy too.
My life's been
Don't
filled
you
with...
get over there.
Don't
go over there.
don't come over by me. Oh man. So how was your week? That was my week.
We got on poop stalks
Yeah,
for
yeah,
12
yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
I didn't have a week.
Oh.
Yeah, I laid
You
in
didn't
bed.
experience time at all?
No, I usually don't.
Oh, okay.
Time's an illusion, I like to think.
Okay.
The lady's gone out of the house, so I've had more time to just sit and do nothing. And
Oh, that's good.
I've diverted that into editing, which is kind of what I needed, actually. So
Nice.
thanks for leaving the fucking house, bitch.
That's not cool.
Sorry.
Do you want to apologize? You can't just kick the grass when you're frustrated. Oh, there's Lucy. There's the other dog. She's got her hackles up, bro. She's ready to fight.
But no, I've had a mostly week of editing ever since she was
Since you've been gone, I've had a
deal with some family
week
stuff.
of editing.
Roblox in VR.
I'm not next to you anymore.
I'm getting work done. Yeah, I was looking back
Since you've been gone.
I was looking back at a few of our videos. I think I talked about this last time. I was looking at some back at some of our Harry Potter video last time. But I was looking for something else that we had done, and I was watching back at some of our AI stories that we used to do on our old podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And oh my God, we used Sylvester Stallone for the Batman arc, and it's just so golden. Like, some of the stories in there are so, like, beyond comprehension.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, Batman. I just wanted to say, I think I really saved the day back there. You were just kind of there. I mean, it was me who got the slip on the on the
about
scarecrow.
That. He just gaslights Batman into oblivion. Yeah. That was great. Man, I need to go back and watch those.
Stallone just makes such a great subject for funny stories like that.
It's incredible how funny that character is.
Because just like
Because it's not even actually Stallone. It's not even actually how Stallone
it's
is.
like a
It's just our version
characterization
of like
yeah.
what Stallone is to us,
Yeah.
and it's hilarious.
And he's just this goofball
Yeah.
version of himself.
What was the scene where he shrieks and jumps out the window? You remember that?
Batman had just found him again
Yeah.
and was helping him like recover from this psychosis
Yeah.
he's under from the Scarecrow's fear toxin, and his pants are covered in shit. And he's walking him into the Wayne Manor or something, or the Batcave or something, and things are starting to calm down. You think the story's about over. And then all of a sudden, Sylvester shrieks at Batman and jumps from the window.
Yep.
And then we
Crashes
had
out into the night.
then we had like 4 more parts to that story,
Mm-hmm.
where he just progressively started mimicking
Yeah.
Batman's other villains
Yeah.
and mimicking their
Yeah.
powers and shit, and like kidnapping other villains who wouldn't cooperate.
Right.
And it became this big thing. We need to find an ending to that story sometime,
Yeah.
because that could have been made into a mini series.
Yeah. Yeah. For anybody who wants to go check it out, it's the old podcast Croaked on Nigel's channel, PotentFrog.
Croaked.
Yeah, we did like, I don't know, 15 episodes or something.
Something like that.
Maybe not even that many. Had some good guests though.
We had a lot of good guests. We had Nick Jones, who did Chowder, and he voiced the Riddler on an episode of the Batman AI thing. Actually,
yeah. He's now the voice of the Riddler.
yeah.
Yeah.
Carrie Means we had on. He voiced for a Aqua Teen short that I made promoting the podcast.
That was cool.
Which was really cool of him. Yeah.
Yeah. What was it? It was like Carl was waking up or something.
Yeah, it was like Carl was next door and he was using some website. We can put it up here.
Yeah,
I can find it and we'll put it up here or something. Oh yeah, Fry was trying to watch Croaked. Fry was trying to watch Croaked, and he was like, "Carl, I'm trying to watch Croaked, so keep it down." And then he's like, "Oh, I'll watch Croaked without you," or something. And he goes home and he's like looking it up online. He's like, "This is only for badass people. Are you badass?" "Oh, I'm friggin' badass." And he clicks yes, and then it like explodes him, and Fry's in bed, and he's like, "Hmm?"
Yeah. That's all I remember of it is having him record the huh?
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man,
It's good.
so good.
Yeah, that was fun. It was a little hard to manage because we were all like remote. We were all
Yeah.
on Discord
It
trying
was
to do
very
it.
last second too. Like I had the idea before we recorded it, but like I really had it fully scripted once the podcast was over. I was like, okay, this is what I want him to say for sure.
Yeah, I meant more like the podcast in general. Like that.
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah,
podcast
yeah.
was like it was kind of hard to rein it all in because we had
Yeah.
it was me, you, and Lou, and Adam at varying
Plus a
times,
guest.
plus a guest occasionally.
Yeah.
And then it was like, and we were all remote. Adam was in a different country,
Yeah.
or is in a different
Discord
country.
delay,
Yeah.
all remote, different time zones,
Yeah.
all of us. Yeah.
So it's a lot better to be here in person.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
100%. Hopefully, eventually, we can get guests on once we can afford to, fly them out or have them just, if they're in the area or whatever.
We'll have to have a spot that's got more room than this.
Yeah. Obviously. No, we'll have them like
standing.
Yeah, we'll have them standing behind
They
here.
have to
like,
crouch. Yeah. Standing in the
Oh
water.
yeah.
With like those waders on, the big rubber boots.
That'd be funny if we had a guest on eventually, and every time we had a guest on, we have them doing the most inconvenient things, like standing in the water with waders on the whole episode and like peeking through the things.
Yeah, we just do the episode as if we would do it just me and you, and we'd make no accommodations for them, and they have to just figure out where to be.
Yeah.
And they get really pissed off. You don't even give them a microphone. They have to like every time they want to say something, they have to lean into one of ours, and we're just like we don't point it out to them. We just kind of keep it by our mouth, so they're just like right here. Yeah.
They lean in to say something.
It'd be good.
We recently got into, or I did. You haven't really gotten very far in it, but TCG Card Simulator. with the Magic the Gathering mod on.
Oh yeah.
It just adds so much, even though it's really mostly a texture pack. It just adds so much like value to the game because you're like associating it with cards that you know or cards that you're more familiar with now, as opposed to like their knockoff of Pokemon, which is essentially what it is.
Yeah. So I'm assuming some of the people know about this game. It's been kind of trending lately.
Yeah.
So the TCG card shop simulator thing. So you're basically the owner of a card shop, and you're starting it from the ground up. You name it. You start it. You're at the cash register. You're putting product on the shelves, and then eventually, as you grow, you're hiring employees, and like the shop gets bigger and all that stuff. It's pretty cool. You put like tables in there. People come in and play the card game, and so we recently found a mod for it that changes all the cards from this like generic Pokemon knockoff to Magic cards with like all the art and the text and everything and the card backs and all that.
It's so good. I'm finding out more about the game too as I play.
But Magic,
obviously not. In terms of the mod and Magic, it's a very bare bones. It's like, these are Magic cards.
It's all cosmetics.
It's cosmetic. It's not going to be like
no
price
gameplay,
accurate, but it's all there and it works. But I'm finding out new stuff about the game that I didn't even know was a feature in the game. Like when you unlock the workbench, you can go in the back and all the like dollar cards that you open up that you don't have any use for eventually.
You can hammer on them.
you can mix them all in custom boxes.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
make like bulk boxes.
Yeah, that's just so cool. Like things like that. The game itself is very bare bones. It's literally just a copy paste of. I'm pretty sure it's the same company who makes them, but they have TCG Card Shop Simulator. There's Grocery Store Simulator. There's Supermarket Simulator, Prison Simulator. They're all pretty much the same exact game copied. But
There's Grocery Simulator. It simulates you playing Grocery Simulator.
And then there's Child Support Simulator, where you simulate my father, who uses all my child support money from my mother, and I never see a cent of it.
Oh.
Anyway. But, it's
Hitting a
it's
little
just a
too
very
close to home.
it's just a very copy paste game with the same features, but they just found the formula that works in the current climate of social shit, because cards are big now, bigger than ever. They just took the game that they've been making for the past 10 years that's flopped every single time, and they're like, oh, well, we'll apply something relevant to it. And it's blown up, absolutely blown up.
What do people like more than groceries? The heck? Why would groceries not work? I was told groceries was trending.
But they could
Think about it, man. Everybody gets groceries.
If they added multiplayer to TCG Card Shop and then added just a few more quality of life type things.
Oh, dude, imagine if it was an MMO.
God, yeah, online.
If it was an MMO or just this, the whole town was card shops.
Yeah.
That's all there was no food, there was no anything. It was just all card shops and BO.
Me and Lou kind of had this idea at the same time last night. Or he said it and I didn't hear him say it, but I said it 5 minutes later and we were he was like, I just said that. I was like, oh, okay.
When I was 5, I had the idea of a horse with a spike sticking out of his head.
But we both came up with it. It was kind of different, but the same idea. So Lou's idea was CEO Simulator, where you could just be a CEO of a bunch of different shit.
Yeah.
My idea was TCG Shop Simulator, but it's that whole neighborhood that's outside of your shop, and you can open up all the different types of shops from all their different games just in one big game. So you could have a grocery store over here, a card shop over here, and it has online. So your friend could be running a card shop, you could be running a grocery store across the street, or you could be both running one business together. That would be so fucking badass, dude. Even with the bare bonesness that it is, I could spend hours doing some shit like that.
There's some
fun.
There's some interaction where you could go into your friend's shop and just fuck with it and try to steal stuff from them and see if you get away with it. That'd be good. Yeah, I don't know how difficult that'd be to make, but that'd be so much fun. But
I
yeah,
took
the
some of
card
your
shop
cards,
thing-
Eric Estrada. You just be finding notes left around.
Yeah.
Eric Estrada. What the
Yeah, it's
fuck?
like it's sort of a weird, like, modernized Minecraft sort of feel where
yeah.
you're like playing with your friends and you can mess with them and
Yeah,
stuff and like
exactly.
make your own things. But yeah, dude, that'd be dope. But yeah, the actual card shop simulator thing, it's been funny. My own like psychological, not evaluation, but my experience with it of like watching other people play it before I bought it.
Right, yeah.
This is basically the cycle. I would go, oh, they're playing TCG Card Simulator, you know.
Yeah.
And I'd go, oh, it's fucking stupid. All they're doing is pretending to be a store owner. You know? Fucking-
Yeah.
I mean, oh, this gameplay is so bare bones. It's like you just, they come in and buy cards, just a random amount of cards. And
Yeah.
you buy them and you get money and you level up and stupid. It's like an hour and a half later. I'm like,
Yeah.
fucking, look at this stupid. I'm just like still watching it after,
Yeah,
after an hour.
It's
like,
so
talking about
simple.
How it's dumb.
It's so simple.
But I'm
and
locked
it's-
in.
Yeah.
Just
it's
foregoing all other responsibilities.
yeah. It's like a caveman with fire. It's like
Yeah.
so simple, but it's like it could bring you hours of enjoyment.
Mm-hmm. Or it could destroy a village.
I opened up a $2,000 heuristic study last night on Card Shop Simulator.
Yeah, and that's the other part of it where it's like you open a valuable card and you're like, oh fuck yeah, open the valuable card, and then, but in reality it's like it doesn't matter. It's all it's all nothing.
Yeah.
You know. But there's something in our brains where it's like that's appealing.
Now I don't have to wait 30 minutes to
Yeah.
get that money.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, there's millions of games where it's just
Oh yeah.
it's just you're accumulating resources to then accumulate more resources.
Yeah, well, we need more games that are just like co-op, work together type shit. And we went through a stage like a few years ago where everybody was complaining, there's no more co-op games, there's no more co-op games, there's no multiplayer, there's no couch co-op games. And couch co-op, yeah, that's still kind of a problem. But like the multiplayer thing is starting now to go on the rise. Like we got things like Dell and Dawson, Among Us. Among Us really, I think, set it off like real big. Among Us was the big perpetuator of getting this type of game going. Which, not to say there wasn't some before that, like Town of Salem, for instance. Town of Salem's so fun when you have like a full lobby who knows what they're doing and they're not just bullshitting you. But games like that, there just needs to be more of. And I'm so glad that they're kind of on the rise now. Because we played that Dell and Dawson game, and it's literally just office work.
I watched Lou's video on
Yeah,
that. That was good.
Just office work, but it's like so fun because like you can go and get a sticky note and stick notes to people's backs and shit. Or like,
It's kind of like an Among Us type game, right?
yeah,
Like where you're trying
same
not to get
exact-
caught.
Yeah, exactly the same concept. Like there's 2 slackers or however many slackers you set, and then the rest of you are doing your actual work, and then the boss has to fire whoever he thinks is a slacker after a certain amount of time, or else the boss will get fired.
And every so often you go and just have a meeting. You go in the
Yeah,
conference
yeah.
room and have a meeting, right?
Yeah, and that's where you choose who gets fired. And it's fun, but some matches can go on for so long. Like, I think in Lou's video, he said that one match that we were in went on for like 2 straight hours.
God.
We were in there and like we were down to like 4 people left, you know, and like it was still going. And like I think it ended up crashing on us eventually.
Jeez. So it just ends when you fire the 2 slackers?
Yeah, when you fire all the slackers, I'm pretty sure it ends.
Okay.
But the thing is, when you fire somebody, you can either fully fire them, or it works in tiers, one or the other. So like you can fire them, then they become a janitor, and then they get fired if you fire them from being a janitor, I think, or something like that. But
so
yeah,
it's just kind of like a safety in case you didn't fire a
Yeah.
slacker and you can like bring him back on or something?
right, yeah. But yeah, and you can promote one of the people to your assistant, and that
Oh.
person can kind of have the same effects that you can have as the
Yeah.
boss, but like slightly less.
Is there any chance that like a slacker gets promoted to assistant? Like, is that
Yeah,
even-
oh yeah, that can happen
Okay.
totally. That I've seen that happen a few times.
That's hilarious.
And obviously that does not work in favor
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
boss's favor.
Yeah.
But like there's no real like on rails way that it doesn't keep you on track. So like if you're not a slacker, you can still go and slack off if you want. So like if you just want to cause trouble for somebody, you can go in the boss's room and steal his keys and start locking people in. Lou had kept stealing the boss's keys and was locking people in the bathroom, and I couldn't get out.
I liked that you can go to you can go to your computer and actually email other
Yeah,
players.
yeah. You can call him on the phone
Yeah,
too.
he got on there and he like emails Adam and he's like, they know.
Yeah. They know.
And there's some other there's some actual like The Office references.
Yeah. There's
Like,
a
you can-
whole
you can put
office
a-
that's the office's office.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a map.
Oh, I
yeah.
didn't realize that was like a specific map. I just saw.
I don't know if
there
it's
was a
in loose
part-
video, but there is
there was
a
a part where
Scranton map.
One of
yeah.
the Slacker things was to put a stapler in Jello.
Yeah.
So I was
yeah.
like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah. One of the offices is Scranton, but
Yeah.
it calls it Stanton
Yeah.
MO or something. There's one coming out. It's like an RV where you're like all in an RV and you're trying to make it through like a winter like kind of situation where it's snowed over real bad and each of you has to do certain things to keep the RV going. That one seems like fun. I'm looking forward to that one.
We can wait until we actually get our RV and travel around the country. and play that one.
Yeah. Dude, we need to buy a cheap RV and just
fucking Steve-O it, dude. Wild ride all around the country, dude. Yeah, man. That's the fucking life, dude. Gnarly. That's a gnarly ass idea, dude.
What does RV even stand for, dude?
What is RV? Remote
Ventroller.
venereal disease, dude.
Raging.
Raging boner, dude.
Virtual reality.
Yeah.
I just agree. Old Steve-O would do anything, which is good.
You mean
but
young
not-
Steve-O?
Yeah, younger Steve-O,
Old Steve-O?
young Steve-O.
He's old now. You mean old, young Steve-O?
You're trying to shut me down.
They try to shut me down on MTV. But it feels so empty without me. This is like the job for me.
Come on,
Stop, we're going to get shut down. Shit, man. So how was your week?
That was pretty good, dude. We played VR chat. That was some of the funniest shit ever.
Just follow me because we need a little.
Playing VR chat and doing just bits is like the funniest shit
Oh,
in the
yeah,
world,
yeah.
dude. Especially when it's like with a bunch of people who are doing voices, and you're doing Pim and I'm doing Charlie and Brock's doing Mr. Boss.
Or Hank.
Or Hank. His Hank's so good. It's funny as hell.
Whoa!
Whoa! Shut the hell up, dude. Just shut up, dude.
Yeah, that's good. Shit.
That's become a catchphrase, like for me and Sean and Brock. Shut the hell up, dude.
I was laughing watching the video you guys made with all the Homer Simpsons.
Oh yeah.
And Sean was doing Homer, and at one point, a little bit of like Morty slipped in when he was like yelling about something. It made me laugh. He's like, I am Homer. He like screams, but he does like the Morty scream.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
His
see?
natural scream is like Morty's scream sometimes.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like when you do so many voices, I'm sure it gets confusing as to
Yeah.
like what your
Oh, yeah.
actual thing sounds like.
Well, like when we're recording, especially like all three of us are recording something, it's hard. I catch myself doing their impression sometimes,
yeah.
like, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm I'm like intruding. I'm like doing the wrong one like right now. Like I'm supposed to stay in Homer,
Yeah.
or I'm supposed to stay as Peter.
I am Homer.
Yeah, I'll be doing Peter. I'll be like, holy crap, Hank, watch out, and he'll be like, bull, and then like I'll get scared. Like 5 minutes later, I'll go, bull, and I'll be like, damn it, I can't do that.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That'd be funny to make a video of you like your personality splitting.
Yeah.
I think you've made a TikTok like that before, though, kind of.
Yeah, I used to do fever dream stuff where it was like she would turn the camera and I would be there, and then I'd be there as another character. I see people on TikTok that's literally quoting scenes from a show, like not even trying to do a voice or anything. They're just like, fuck it. Shut your mouth, you mediocre clarinet player, and they'll go, I like do like a fake exasperated laugh, and then like it goes 7 million hits. You know, it's like
That's some of the shit. It annoys me so
What?
much when somebody like a video will go viral just because the two people talking are laughing hysterically.
yeah, exactly, yeah,
I can never relate to that.
yeah, no,
Like that's not funny to me.
Just-
Somebody can have a funny laugh,
Yeah.
or like a laugh that's like infectious.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
Like Stavros is kind of like that.
Yeah.
Like his laugh, you can just tell he's genuinely laughing at everything, and
Mm-hmm.
he's just like a jolly guy.
Yeah.
You know, like Shane Gillis is the same way.
Yeah.
You know, you can.
Absolutely.
There are some people that just when they laugh, you can't help but laugh.
Right.
But they're also really funny to back it up, to like add the laughing on top of other people's laughing is just a cherry on top. It's not, you can't make the whole dessert out of laughing at somebody laughing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But that's
yeah.
what these videos are. Like
Exactly.
there's some videos that are just like somebody says something and then it's just them going back and forth cackling, laughing.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, likes, and laughing and laughing. And I'm like, whoa.
That's the
What
problem
is
I
this?
have with people on Facebook a lot of the time. It's like they have this weird, like early 2000s email chain sense of humor
Yeah.
where it's like the simplest thing is the funniest thing, even though it's just really not funny. You know, it's like talking to an old man and you're like, oh, fucking... I don't know. You say some typical old man saying. I was going to say something. I didn't have anything prepared. But you say some typical old man saying like, "Oh, you grew 6 feet since I saw you last," and that's the funniest fucking thing ever to them. Like it's different to be laughter is contagious.
Yeah.
But it's different to be laughing for something that's not that funny and not in a good way. You know what I mean? Like just quoting the show and then going, "Ah!" like a big fake, like exasperated laugh.
Yeah. And like hitting yourself
smacking
and
your
just
knee.
like
You're like
knocking
you're
the chair
shoving
over.
each other
Yeah.
over. Somebody's falling down and rolling down
Yeah.
onto the ground, and it's like so obviously faked and forced that it just becomes not so funny.
You know what?
It's just done in a wrong way. Is what I'm
apart
trying to
from
say.
apart from people just being dumb.
Yeah.
There's also, I think, something really sad about the people who laugh at that kind of stuff, because, especially people that comment on it.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
people that like comment, "Oh, this is hilarious," whatever. This is just like me and my friends.
Yeah.
It's like I find that so sad because they're watching these people laughing hysterically with no actual joke.
Mm-hmm.
They're commenting, "Oh, it's just like, oh, it's hilarious. That's what I do." No, you don't. You're commenting that because it makes you feel like you're relating to something.
Yeah, yeah.
But you're not. You've never done
Oh,
that with
man.
your friends. You don't actually do that.
I have a perfect example of that.
And there might be people watching this right now that are like, "Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yes, we do laugh like that." No, you don't. If
I
you ever
have a-
laugh like that, it's because something funny happened.
I have a prime example of that. I've seen
Let's hear it.
I've seen this meme. I've seen this meme probably a dozen times or more in different ways, but 1, 2, 3, 4. I've seen this meme done probably 40 different ways. 12, 40, a dozen. You know, generally
Did you
speaking.
silence your fucking phone?
I don't even have fucking service.
Go ahead. 40 different dozen ways.
I've seen this meme done.
Hello?
God damn it.
40 dozen. Go.
No, it's fine. Answer your phone call, Joe. You wanted to so bad.
I just have business to take care of. All this business.
But I've seen
You know,
this.
okay. So
God damn it.
you know we should. You know we should end this video. We just say something really dumb and then we start laughing hysterically and then I push you into the water and then I jump into the water and fall back. We crash through the cattails.
Ruin all the beautiful cats.
I hit my head on a rock and die.
Yeah.
You're like, Joe. The episode ends with just you.
You're splashing in the shallow
Yeah.
like spot right here.
Yeah.
It's like not a loud splash, but just enough to like
Or
make
no,
a
it's,
noise.
it's just it's one of those where I hit and then make no noise.
Yeah.
And it's just I'm just flat, like completely out. Like I jump in, hit the rock, and I just go. It's not even like, oh. It's just, oh. Anyway, okay, dozen 40.
But anyway, back on track. I've seen this meme done probably 40 different ways, but The rock
no.
finally gave out. We're always picking the worst spots to sit.
This is going to become a running thing. You might be better off with no rock.
Probably.
Although I was proven wrong last episode.
Anyway,
or 2 episodes ago, I guess.
I've seen this meme done 40 different ways. For the 50th time, I've seen this meme done 40 different ways. And I'm scrolling Instagram. I see something. It's like a Halo grunt, and he's walking up. He's like, hello, or something, whatever. And the caption says, me pulling back up to the bar after my friend sent me home in a $50 Uber.
Oh, yeah.
And I commented, and I was like, things that don't really happen but are funny in concept.
Yeah.
And I wasn't saying that has never happened in the history of man. I'm saying that people don't really do that. Generally speaking, that's just not something most people are doing.
It's one of those, it's one of those things where it's like, it's a funny concept that is realistic in the sense that it could happen. It's a very, very feasible thing to happen. But yeah, like you said, it doesn't happen often enough for it to be as relatable as people are trying to make it out to be.
But every comment reply to that comment on that post, in the replies to my comment, I do this. Dude, I do this.
Exactly.
I just did this last week. I'm a bartender, and I literally just saw somebody do this last night.
Yeah.
I do this. I like how all these grown people are calling you out in the comments, dude. Like, it shows how wrong you are. It's literally just a bunch of college kids who watched a David Dobrik video, and they want to pretend so hard that people actually are like that. And that's just not the fucking case. Like, nobody. And you can go to every college party in existence and find maybe 2 people on the planet that are like that. Like, every party ever, and find maybe 2 people that are actually like that. Even the closest of friends would be so pissed off if they just blew $50 fucking to send you home, and you just showed back up.
Yeah, I mean, not that like I've experienced everything there is to experience in college, but I went to college for 4 years. I went out, like, after freshman year at least, I went out pretty much every weekend, almost 3 nights a week.
Right, yeah.
And that never happened one time in my experience.
Because it doesn't happen.
And like you said, the people I hung around and whatever, I was pretty fucking popular. No, the people I hung around, like you said, if that did happen, somebody did that, they'd be so mad.
Oh,
like,
my
that
God,
would ruin a friendship for at least a couple weeks.
Oh, yeah. $50, even for somebody with money, is not just like pocket change, dude. Yeah. Like, I mean, that's a lot of money.
And if somebody's drunk enough to, like, buy them an Uber, $50, they're not paying them for themselves. Yeah. They're not coming back. Like, they're not like aware enough to come back. They're gonna fall asleep.
And me and Lou talked about this. If that person is sending you home alone and you're that fucked up in an Uber, that person is not your friend.
Yeah. It's true.
That person stayed behind to keep getting drunk while they sent you home supposedly so drunk you can't be in public.
Yeah.
Alone.
Yeah. And then just trusts you to figure out how to get back in your place and be good.
If I was out with a friend and they were that fucked up, I would be like, okay, the night is over. We're going home.
Or okay, in a slightly different sense, if the Uber is not $50, but your friend's that drunk, get them home, come back out.
Right, yeah. Go with them, get them home, and then come back. Yeah, that was what we were saying. Like, if that person doesn't go with you in that Uber, they're such a shitty friend.
Because it's different from, like, if somebody just is, like, starts feeling bad and they're like, I need to go.
Yeah.
And then they go by themselves, that's fine.
That's different.
But if it's like, the context where it's
you're
like,
so blackout
hey,
drunk.
we need to get Tyler home, man. Let's send him by himself.
Just the fact that people are so adamant that they will defend to the death that they are so fun with this fake concept of a funny thing. This was a meme.
Just in general, even the idea that you would want so badly to relate to that experience that doesn't happen really. Yeah, that's so sad to me.
It's sad. It's so.
Because when you think about the base level of, like, okay, it's fun to drink and go to bars, right? Crazy. And then you think about the next where it's like, wouldn't it be wild if you got so drunk you had to get sent home by your friend? And then the next level of like, oh, dude, I'm so crazy that I get so drunk I get sent home by my friend, and then I walk back and I totally fuck up their whole day.
And I walk back, and my one friend is filming in the club, in the dark club with all of our adrenaline pumping, and my friend sees me back at the club, and he's like, and it's just like a funny like moment.
And you know what I do? I come back up in there and I'm like, one more shot, bartender. Give me a break.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Dude, we went to the club and we had, like, I got in front of the whole crowd and I told everybody to start jumping on our song, and he played Jeremiah's song and we all started with the whole club. I got the whole club jumping and partying.
I did that.
And I stage dived and they partied with me and poured a liquor down my face. And like, I was like, there were so many girls there that are popular on social media. Oh, you know, like, it's just such a fake scenario. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something that a YouTuber gets a bunch of other YouTubers together and they film a bunch of fake party scenes like it's Project X, and then they go back to sitting on their phones after they filmed what they needed to film. You know what I mean? I've seen videos of friends who have went to these YouTuber parties, and literally it's videos of people sitting around on their phones on couches.
Yeah.
And then, like, somebody eventually, they filmed a Snapchat, and it's conveniently everybody's in the house in the one room all at the same time, conveniently for this one Snapchat.
Yeah, it's almost as if it's all planned out.
It's almost as if it's an inflated lifestyle that doesn't really happen the way that it's made out to look like it does.
Yeah, I mean, you know, anybody who's in college right now can probably attest to that of like,
if they're not trying to
90%,
defend to the death that they came back after
like
being
occasionally you go to a party where it's like, oh, this is fucking lit. You know, we're people are having fun and somebody's getting into something and we're going crazy. But like most of the time, you just go to a pregame or whatever before you go to the bars, and it's just like regular. You're just hanging around with your friends, you're goofing around, talking on your phone. Yeah. And that's just it. You're just chilling. Yeah. It doesn't always have to be like.
Yeah, it's not to say
wild. It was a wild night.
Yeah,
man.
That's not to say that parties can't get crazy.
Yeah.
It's just to say that people aren't partying like that. Like, just generally speaking, like, that's just not a thing.
Actually, I take back everything I said. I think that.
Fucking shit.
I've actually done the Uber thing.
I've actually came back to the bar from an Uber.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was our tangent about how college kids love to fake being party monsters.
Yeah, incoming like 100 comments of like, this happened to me. I do that.
I like your guys' podcast, but like, I have to say that, I must say, I've actually had a buddy that did this once.
What's up, guys? First time, long time listener, first time caller. I don't usually comment on these things, but I just had to call this out.
Some guy commented on one of my YouTube videos like that. I said, I was doing a voice trolling video on Call of Duty, and somebody asked, what do you think about the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef? And I was like, oh, well, you know, I think Kendrick Lamar won the whole beef, but I think Drake really just has more hits overall. You know, you can't really beat you know, look who I'm fucking again, you know. And some dude commented, and was like, I love your videos, man, but I just want to say one thing. Kendrick Lamar is actually underrated, and Drake is still very overrated. And like went on this big tangent in this comment, and I was like, oh my God, either you just smoked a joint, or you are just like this. Like,
that's so funny because there is actually a place for that kind of conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know where it is? In a Discord with your buddies.
Yeah.
That's for that conversation. Yeah. It's not YouTube comments on a guy you don't actually know.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I'd like to say the funniest shit that you do is doing your Peter impression and singing a song. That's the funniest. That makes me laugh 100% of the time. Anytime Peter is like rapping or singing a song,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
so goddamn funny.
I
to me.
love doing that shit. It's so fun. Doing weird songs, especially just like off the wall
Yeah.
stuff that's like not even like that song's not been relevant
Mm-hmm.
for since probably 2018.
I got a
Like,
pocket, got a pocket full of sunshine.
Yeah, yeah. Start singing Big X and stuff on some of those videos. Like
Yeah.
Big X was just like just starting to come around, kind
Yeah.
of. So like not many people knew who he was. But
And
like,
I like how you do it in your Call of Duty videos too, because
yeah.
you'll just do it as if Peter really does have the song just stuck in his head. It's not like okay, and here's the moment where I'm gonna do a cover of this
Yeah,
song.
yeah, yeah.
It's just like yeah,
Yeah,
Peter
just
singing
casual
it.
singing. Yeah. Peter would be singing Barry Manilow or something.
Kenny Loggins.
Yeah. Hey, wait. I'm gonna do it right now.
It's gonna take you right into the danger zone. Yeah. You guys know that song?
where Tom Cruise goes upside down.
You know where Tom Cruise, he goes upside down in that one thing, and he's on the wing of the plane in that one scene, and he like does all of his stunts, so you can really tell that is Tom Cruise.
He's
I
in
mean,
the
his
cockpit.
skin is being pulled back by the air of the plane going so freaking fast.
You know how they actually filmed that? You know how they do the guys in like the green suits to do the green screen or whatever? You know?
Yeah.
So he's in like a fake cockpit that's sitting on the ground. So like, they're filming it from the front, and those green guys are actually just pulling his face back. That's how they filmed that. You can't see him.
Ocean's 37.
Dude, they should make a new Oceans movie every year, like they do Madden.
Yeah, yeah. And
'Cause
make it.
They're on like Madden 26 or 25 or whatever. Oh, which is even like I don't know if you know much about Madden. They made a Madden 25 game
Oh yeah, yeah.
on the 25th anniversary or
I
whatever it
remember
was.
that, yeah.
I don't think it was 25th.
And now they have
it
Madden
was something.
25.
But now we're to 2025, and I think they're like, what the fuck? What do we do?
It's just Madden this year.
Yeah, it's just Madden.
Soft reboot,
Yeah,
Madden.
with one D.
Yeah. And we bring John Madden back to ring the plays.
Well, I don't know. Is Brett Favre in the league still?
Brett Favre is in the league.
So like Alex Jones.
Yeah.
and
Brett Favre is my favorite player. They're making the quarterbacks gay.
where is Troy Polamalu?
Oh, I love that battle of Ed Reed and Troy Polamalu, the two great safeties. and the two, they're actually government spies is what they are.
One's got the hair from Moana.
And the other beat up his girlfriend.
Yeah. That's like that Family Guy bit where they're like searching Chris's room and like Quagmire and everybody goes in and he's like,
That's weird. Why does Chris still have an Aaron Hernandez poster?
Oh, man. Well, I got nothing else to talk about. I think we're just kind of shooting the breeze like we usually do.
yeah.
You wanna wrap it up? Let the people get back to their lives. You got any final thoughts?
Teen drinking is very bad.
Mustard, mayonnaise, turkey bacon too. That's the way we sandwich.